Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Have a Sunday stream going today. Um, just gonna quickly share this with my Discord group, and then we'll get started. But I hope all y'all are doing well. Today will be a shorter stream. I'm hoping like next week I should be able to get back on track with doing streams during the week. Or at the very latest the week after. It's just been really busy at work and like my personal life, so a little difficult. So I'm just gonna get things situated and we'll get going. We'll do foreshortened poses. So the game plan would be I'm going to do some regular gesture drawing, and then I'll probably end with some hands. Maybe. Actually, I'm probably just going to do gestures today. Oops, didn't mean for that to happen. I'll probably do gestures just for today, and then when I go back next week, hopefully to doing it during the week, I'll do some hand poses. I just don't know if I have the... I don't think I have the wherewithal today to do some hands. We'll see. Maybe I'll do some. Alright, let's get going. And I hope that y'all are all doing well. Getting stuff done. I have, by the way, started to do some work for my one shot that's going to lead into my ongoing series. So I have been able to get some of that done. I'm working on right now like the cover page. I'll be sure to share that with everybody. Like one, the cover page, but two, when everything's going to be ready. I'm going to try next weekend, or probably, to be honest with you, more realistically the weekend after, to get the actual like video out for how to draw from imagination. Like I said, it's really difficult with how busy work has been to like basically right now how busy I am at work. I'm just trying to relax during my downtime, and like if I do art, it's kind of difficult for me to do art that's like, you know, content based. It's a very odd gesture. I don't think this is accurate actually, but I guess I'll have to keep it. Oh, I like this one. I want to do this one. And if I, like, meaning, like, it's hard for me to, like, not that doing live streams is particularly difficult, but it does require a certain amount of energy, right? So, like, I want to make sure that when I do the live stream that, you know, I have enough in me to be able to, like, communicate with y'all. That's, like, the main reason why I like to do the live streams, is I'm able to, like, communicate with y'all and stuff like that, and answer questions and everything. And I want to be able to do it in a way that feels right for everybody and not just like going through the motions. So that's why I've been kind of holding off just a bit on doing live streams during the weeks, because I'm just so exhausted. So I'm hoping that it's a little bit long on my end. But I'm hoping that after next week is over with and my job starts to calm down a bit, that I'll be able to and give y'all a little bit more of my attention, like you deserve. Alright, next. This one's pretty much done. So I guess I can go through and quickly add some like eyes. Facial features. All right. this knee pops up. It's forward and it's cut off, so like the frame is like this. So alright, quick break. Get a little crispy in here. I'm gonna have to, after this live stream, I'm gonna have to turn on my AC. I will say I'm very, very excited to get started on my manga. I'm really excited to start sharing this story with the world. So I'm hoping that you know, as time goes on, and you know, for those of you who end up finding my channel and stuff like that, I hope that you you know, give my manga a chance, and also hope that you really enjoy it once you do. It is something that is very important to me. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on this. Yeah, and the story itself is one that, like, I really believe can help people, so I'm hoping that you know, I'm hoping that it does, and I'm hoping that people enjoy it. Let me see here. And of course, if y'all have any questions or anything like that, just tell me or ask them, and I will get to them as soon as I can. That one's done. Ooh, this is a hard one. This one always, even when I first started doing gesture, I had this one as one to practice because I knew it was going to be hard for me to figure out consistently, and boy was I right, because this is not an easy pose to get with the amount of foreshortening that's in it. That's definitely for sure. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually take all of this. I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to really push the perspective by making the legs much longer and bigger just overall. This is a difficult one in particular too because it's almost like a fisheye lens angle. And the reason why I know that is because the picture is warped like this. But it's good for you to like view that stuff and be able to understand like, oh, this is a fisheye angle or whatever, fisheye's perspective, because you know, if you don't really understand even what you're looking at, then it's hard to like learn those kinds of things later on down the road. So I'm looking at this one. I'm trying to think about the perspective in it just a bit because it's another like angle that's an anti-angle. And that's one thing I really need to like get ingrained in my brain is like how like what's the angle of the perspective that's in this scene that I'm drawing, and that becomes very important for manga and things of that nature. Even if you're just consistently drawing scenes, it's just really good information for you to know and to understand. Like this angle is like right in here, and the reason why I know that is because of the feet. So like this leg's coming towards us, it ends here, and this goes here, but everything else is going downwards. So I'm finishing this up without a reference, and I can kind of guess where the elbow is going to be because of that. Let's do this one. There it goes. Sorry, my leg was a little bit short. So again, like I'm thinking about what this perspective is. The other thing too is that this leg starts over here, as opposed to this one, so it's definitely gonna seem shorter at this angle. I'm gonna get the foot popping out just right there. Yo, what's up, Omega? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yep. I'm excited to. At some point, I want to get back to doing like videos and things like that for y'all, but I don't know when that'll be, especially with me starting the my manga and stuff. Because what I don't want to happen is I don't want to have an ongoing manga and stop it like I did last time, because I did stop. I'm just going to crunch him over a little bit more. Next, And what's up, Chum Boy? Hope that y'all are both doing well. I appreciate you hopping on at like such a weird time. Like I feel like I never stream on like a Sunday. Sometimes I'll stream Saturday, but Sunday is an odd one. But it wasn't sitting right with me not to have some form of content come out this week on YouTube. All right, I've said this one said this about this pose before, but this pose is very odd. And in fact, probably I probably need to get rid of it. I I'm getting ready to start one. I have a really old one on Webtoon. If you do want to view it, that I'll end up going back to at some point in the future. It's called Steam. Um, it's not great. Um, Part of the reason is because it's just like I haven't even gotten to like any of the significant action scenes in it, and I was 2 chapters in. So just small mistakes like that, but it was my first one. So yeah, if you want to view that one, you can. Like I said, it's called Steam. It's on Webtoon or yeah, Webtoon. This other comic that I'm gonna or manga that I'm gonna start, whatever you want to call it, both the same pretty much. Um, I am going to be doing that on Voice Me. It's just such an odd pose. I don't like this one. Definitely gonna get rid of it. My manga that I'm gonna be starting here soon is gonna be called Forsaken Soul. I'm gonna do a one shot that I'm hoping that I'll be able to get that out in a couple of months. Um, it's gonna be like maybe 15-ish, like what I would call pages, but I don't know how many actual panels it's gonna be quite yet, so I'm gonna take my time to figure that out. Um, but yeah, that'll be on Voice Me. It'll be my one shot will be called Forsaken Soul Origins. Then I'll do another uh, Forsaken Soul, and that'll just be the name, and that's gonna be like my main story. Oops. This lake is coming towards us a bit. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thought about it long and hard. Yeah, good. I'm glad. It makes me happy. I hope that, when you do that, you enjoy it. Um, I'm gonna actually try to finish the legs off. So the leg in this particular pose that I'm referencing here is actually it cuts off. But I want to try and draw something that might be able to work relatively well for the legs. It's not perfect, but I think it works. It's not broken. Now I can finish up the arms here. When you're doing gesture, you always want to go big to small. That's one mistake that I was making very early on in doing this, is that I would go like upper body with the head and stuff and then go immediately into the arms. And you want to go to the legs first, specifically because of how important the feet are in gesture. Um, So this one I did the arms. It's funny that I was just saying that and I immediately did what I just said I shouldn't do anymore. But this one I'm deciding not to complete the legs, so because they're not shown. Um, but if I wanted to go back and try to add legs and stuff, I would have gone legs first and then arms. I'm going to make the head just slightly bigger, and this one will be finished as well. I can actually go in because I have a little bit of time and do some eyes. All right. This I don't know why, but for the longest time this used to be like my favorite pose. I will never draw this pose probably in a in my manga unless I'm doing uh like a cover and I decide to do it because it is dynamic. I will say that, but it's just odd how much I like this pose considering it's not a pose that will realistically be drawn more than a couple of times. But something that you can do is when you like poses like that and you're like, why do I like this pose even if it's like not a pose that's going to be helpful for me in the future, is you can study what about the pose that makes it appealing to look at. And the case for this one would be, give me one second because I'll be finished here in a second and I'll be able to explain. All right, so the reason why this pose is so appealing, at least to me, is because all of the different angles that things are at. So like, and I actually even drew this slightly incorrect. It should be kind of like that. But like the chest is facing that way, torso's face. I mean the pelvic region's facing that way. The head's facing kind of in the same way as the chest, but it's actually not quite. It's actually facing more like that. And then you get the knees at this line, that's at this line, the hips at this line. So it's dynamic, and that's why I like it so much. When you start seeing different levels of like shifts and change, that's how you create dynamic poses. But it's like, am I really going to draw that pose frequently? Probably not. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll do like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure thing where he just like Araki just creates like wild looking poses just for the fun of it. That would be pretty interesting to do. At least you wouldn't get bored drawing your poses for your stuff. This is also a really dynamic pose, but this dynamism is coming mostly from the fact that it's so foreshortened. Because things are somewhat in a pretty typical angle, like it's not like the head is going this way, the chest is going this way, the pelvic region's going up, but yeah, there isn't quite as much dynamism besides the foreshortened parts. Oh, I don't think I've drawn this one yet. This is a pretty good pose. Yeah, that one, this is a fun pose just because, like I said, of the foreshortening, it's really good. Um, and I didn't do it justice, really. There's foreshortened poses are hard to do just in like a 2-minute time slot, which is what I'm giving myself. But that is a very good pose. But make sure when you like poses, if you're a person that's aspiring to be an artist of some sort, just be sure to study why you like those poses. It's like, oh, why, what makes this pose different than, any other pose that I've seen. And that'll help you figure out, one, what kind of art you like, but two, what makes things look dynamic. And that's good for when you want to do poses from imagination. Alright, so I am not doing a good job following the perspective for this front leg here. It needs to be like this. There it goes, it's better. And this is going to take up, I could probably, sorry guys, talking to myself. I can take this leg here and actually do that. Now the only thing that I need to do is just that, and then ran out of time, but that's okay. I will actually do this. So this is me doing this from imagination, by the way. The arms. Do I like that? Nah, we're gonna do, oops. We're gonna do this. The reason why I'm doing the arms from imagination is because I ran out of time. So I can't even see the image anymore. Let's have her arm go like this. Alright, so these are the poses that we got through today. It's always funny. I always feel, because it's been a couple of days since I've done gestures. I always feel when I first start that they're going really poorly, and then I go back and look at it, and they came out pretty good. They're not perfect, but they definitely came out better than what I was thinking. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go back to the main menu. I'm going to do a few hands. And then we'll probably wrap up for today. And then I'll do stuff later on this week. What I want to start doing is I want to start doing like maybe 5 minutes of poses like this, and then do poses from imagination. Alright, let me 5, 1. Alright. So I'm going to do 10 hands, and then we'll wrap up for today. It'll be about 30 minutes of hands. Alright. Cool. Let's get going here. Alright. Everybody's favorite. Hands are just so important to do and get right because of like how dynamic they are and how much emotion they put into your drawings if you draw them correctly, or if you just include them at all. Like, I'm gonna make sure I'm including hands in my panels as much as possible, knowing that they're gonna suck. But I think that it will allow for the emotionality and the impact of the emotionality in my drawings to be that much better, just because I'm not scared to draw them, you know? And they'll get better over time. Alright, so we got that. I just need to make the wrist a bit bigger. And the last thing is going to be, I just need to pull this in just a bit. So for hands, this part of your fingers is about the same, from this knuckle to this knuckle is about the same length as the other part. So like, if you look at your hands and you're seeing that this is less than half the length of the palm, because like your palm, oh, somebody give me some hearts, I appreciate it. Your palm is about the same length as your fingers if you double it. So that means that this section is going to be half. So that's a good way to think about it if you're doing like knuckles and stuff, or not knuckles, like a fist. Ooh, got some more hearts. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Appreciate y'all joining me on again, like a pretty odd day for me to stream, which is a Sunday. I typically don't. I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, I appreciate y'all hopping on a Sunday. It's a very odd day for me to stream. Locke, that portrait that you did the other day was beautiful, man. You did a really good job. It's a bit long. Yeah, no problem at all. So this one is coming out okay, but I do need to make this finger a little thicker and a little more round at the end. That one. That middle finger. Alright, and then cool. Not perfect, but that is okay. Moving on to the next hand. Nice relaxed hand. When you're doing gestures on like a new subject for the first time, or you're just, trying to get better at drawing that particular subject, you want to choose gestures or references that you're going to draw more frequently. You don't want to learn how to draw something that you're just never going to draw again. That doesn't really make sense. You want to be sure you're practicing the things that you're going to work on in the future. Now the difficult part is for like manga art and things like that. You're probably going to draw mostly any pose, for instance, that you can think of. And the same is true for hands, actually. Like, you'll probably draw hands at plenty different angles. So then the question becomes, okay, well then how do I get the most out of my gestures? And you're still wanting to draw the ones that you're going to do the most, because the other stuff that you might just be drawing it, for instance, once or twice, you would use a reference for that. Locke, it's not going too bad. I'm doing the cover right now. It's already written and been edited by my wife, who's an awesome editor. So like it's pretty much ready. I'm just going to be I have to take the time to thumbnail and stuff, which I'm gonna try to finish the cover page today, so that I can work on thumbnails this week. And I'm hoping to be able to get it done and posted in the next couple of months, I would assume. You been getting any new commissions, Locke? I appreciate it. Alright, so the knuckles are going to be in here. Oh, good. I haven't done a commission in so long. Sorry, I just want to quickly correct this just a little. I think that that's a slightly more accurate hand. And we'll move to the next. So mostly been studying, let me see here. I have to do a lot of study to even know how to handle such a difficult piece, so mostly just been studying composition and such. How long have you guys been drawing? Locke says a year and a half about. It's hard to learn since I didn't draw when I was younger, but I keep at it. Locke, you got a lot of you've had a lot of gains this past year and a half too. And for me, I have been drawing. I've been seriously drawing for I would say 4 years, 4.5 years, 5, somewhere in that range. Yeah. Alright, so this is a fist. Nice. I've been trying. I draw every day. It's just how much drawing do I do? This week's been a rough week for me with drawing. I haven't. Thank you for the hearts. But I haven't really gotten to draw very long. But I try to spend at least 20, 30 minutes before bed drawing stuff, even if it's just imaginative work. But when I drive and stuff, I listen to and watch some of Mark's classes and stuff. I need to get better at drawing fists because this is not going well. All right. It's this. This is wrong. There's that there, and then up here before it goes to that knuckle. Didn't come out. It definitely should have been better than what it was, but it's not horrible. I haven't watched any of his stuff since he quit. I probably should. Yeah, I try to what I do is topics that I know that I really need to work on, clothing, for instance, and stuff like that. I try to just watch that as I'm doing other things, just so that what he says gets stuck in my brain, and then when I, excuse me, and then when I go to actually draw those things or practice, it allows me to think about it, think about the theory at least, and then look at a reference, and then I can kind of try to apply the theory to the reference that I'm looking at. I've been mixing up. I've been helpful to get insight for other artists. Nice. Yeah, you should definitely Mark's great. He doesn't know everything, right? Nobody does. But having other people look at your work and give you different opinions is really good. It's gonna help you grow even quicker. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the hearts. Um, all right. Sorry, I am hard concentrating on this hand right now because this is another one that I could potentially end up drawing frequently, which is like just a relaxed hand at like a slight downward angle. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. Would be nice to have more money to do other mentors, but you know how it is. Everyone's so expensive. I agree with that. Um, you could, there are some people on Udemy that, yeah, I'm on YouTube all the time. It's bad. Um, Sorry, give me one second. I wanted to finish that thought. There are some people on Udemy that like, their courses will be like, 40 bucks or something like that. And if you post on their comments and stuff with your art, some of them will give you feedback. Um, I know like a person whose art, it's like interesting because his art isn't like, it's not that great. It's good, don't get me wrong. It's not like great, like, but he's a really good teacher, and I haven't tried getting feedback from him, but I think that his courses are good for learning how to draw more imaginatively, which for you, Locke, I don't know if that would be really helpful because you're doing like commissioned pieces. You'll want to use reference and stuff, but for other people out there, it would be helpful. Um, yeah, I like I said earlier that I need to like stop with how much YouTube. I've like started to get rid of some of the more game centered YouTube things. So now I'll only watch like I really enjoy Rocket League. It's probably like my most played game of the past like several years. So I'll watch people play that because I find it fun to watch. But I used to be a huge like I still like Dokkan Battle. Like it's a mobile Dragon Ball Z game. It's like a gacha game. Um, but I've stopped watching YouTubers about that because it's just like was sucking up way too much of my time. Especially like again like getting ready to start this manga and stuff. There's just no way I'm gonna have time to try to keep up with all of that anymore. And I gotta make the choice. Am I gonna actively procrastinate for no reason watching a game that like I do enjoy, don't get me wrong, but am I gonna just watch people play a game that I can play myself at nighttime, or am I gonna do something that's gonna make me happy, which is actually creating a manga that I've been wanting to create for almost like half of a decade or more. um, let's see here. The thing that I could do with this is just make this a little bit longer, and then I think we're good. That hand came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this hand. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I use it for like right now. I'm listening to music from YouTube, so I do the same. And yeah, I also will watch art videos from time to time. Alrighty. For those of you wondering why I only do two segments for the hands or for the fingers, it's because of the proportions of how fingers work. Um, it's just helping me to get that in, and then when I actually draw hands later on down the road, make this pinky a little smaller. Um, I can separate that top segment in half again, and I would get what I need to get. But that's why I'm not worried about that during gesture drawing because it's just oops, I forgot the thumb here. Eef, that one came out horribly, but that's why. All right. It's funny. This is just that hand, except for from the other view, and it's funny how much better it came out. I think it was the process that I used. I drew the hand and then placed it in there, placed the thing in there. And then earlier, I think I was trying to kind of do both simultaneously and it messed it all up. Because, I can take this and try to put it over top. Here, let me. And you can tell, it's not quite right. Like the angle and stuff. I think I have one more hand left. Yep. Last hand. Let's see here. go to here. Alright, the one thing I want to do here is take this and pull it in this way a bit, and then I can also make the index finger a little bit thicker. It's a little too thin. And alright, and then I can just add a little bit of detail here. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that. So let's look at today's work. Overall, a decent little arrangement of hands. I think this one and this one are the worst. The rest are pretty decent though. I'm pretty happy with all those. And then all the poses for today all look pretty decent as well. Not too bad. Yeah. Definitely a good practice day. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to wrap up there for today. I'm going to try to do a stream again on like Wednesday or Thursday of this week. Probably closer to Thursday. But yeah, appreciate y'all hopping in on a Sunday. I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day and a great week. And I will catch you in the next one. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. Do something fun for yourself. And I will see you. Bye.